I'm strolling around.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. I am so excited for today's video. I know a lot of you are going to say it is too early, Cambria, to decorate for Christmas, but I also know there is a very large amount of you who are decorating today, so let's decorate together for Christmas. Or maybe you're just watching this to get some inspiration and ideas, and I've got so much to do today. I'm starting with the hardest part of decorating, in my opinion, and that is always my Christmas village and my Christmas tree. So this is only part one of my Christmas decorating. This takes me a good couple days, and this year it's definitely taken me a lot longer with also having a newborn. So we're just gonna start in the dining room. I like buying a couple things every single year, but I don't like going over the top. I feel like we are all trying to budget nowadays and not go completely crazy. So my way to change things up is just moving things around. So this year we are changing where our little village goes. If you remember last year, you can always go back and watch those videos. I had it in the family room around the fireplace. This year, I wanted to do the big display in the dining room. So I always like to have the lights that twinkle behind it, and then I use this snow mat to hide all the cords and everything. That is probably the hardest part of the Christmas village, and why it takes so long is figuring out the wiring for it. All the wires definitely get a little crazy and take a good amount of time to figure out what works best.
Various Christmas, I hope it will be all that you dream. I have nothing but love for you. You can trust that to be true. Yeah, I will.
So I cannot take credit for this trick of using the village boxes for your risers. I actually saw this last year, and I was definitely kicking myself because I was like, how in the world have I never thought about using just the boxes to play with the heights of the risers? I always was like looking for like specialty risers to give some dimension to my village. And then I saw someone do this, and I'm like, that's genius, because then you're not storing all those risers on top of the village. You're just using what you already have, and it works so, so well. You can see me just kind of trying to play with this. This is definitely a trust the process situation. It looks messy and cluttered in the beginning, but as you add on to it and move things around and just play with it, it looks beautiful. It's one of my favorite decorations. This was actually, if you didn't know, a hand-me-down from Bobby's grandmother, and I absolutely love it. We have added a few pieces of our own, but she had such a beautiful collection that most of these pieces were all inherited by her, and it's definitely one of those things of we try and take really, really good care of all of it and also give it its shining glory every single year so that everyone can see it. And I really can't wait till one day I can give this to one of my kids or grandkids who will appreciate it just as much as we do. I feel like the one thing that really make the villages look good are the fake trees. That is the one thing I've been adding more and more every single year are these trees because I do feel like they make a big difference to actually have this whole thing come together. Where if I just put the houses out, it doesn't look as cool. But once I start putting up the trees and everything, I feel like it really pulls itself all together. Let me know when you guys plan on decorating for Christmas. Have you started already? I know there are some people out there that houses are already decorated. I can guarantee it. Do you wait till after Thanksgiving? Or do you wait till right before Christmas? I could never wait till right before Christmas because, like I said, this takes me usually about a week to do. And I feel like this year it's going to take me closer to 2 weeks to get it all done just because of the extra handful of Athena. So I like doing it early because it's a lot of work and I really love to enjoy it for the entire holiday season. My goal is always to have it completely done by December. That way there is nothing to do in December. Now, this part I was really excited about because I have been wanting to do like a really fun hot cocoa bar for the kids. So this year I decided that that's what I was going to do. I bought some things on Amazon, like little containers and stuff to hold it. But then I went to Home Goods and found some of the cutest hot cocoa bar accessories. So if you're looking to do some really fun hot cocoa bar, highly recommend checking out your Home Goods. Mine had a whole section of hot cocoa bar stuff. So they had the hot cocoa bombs, they had the peppermint, cute little marshmallows. You'll see all of that here in a second. And I absolutely love it. The kids have already been enjoying this part of it so much. And realistically, let's be honest, that is why I decorate. Like, Bobby and I enjoy it, but the best part of it is all the excitement that the kids get. Every day when the boys have come home from school, if I've done a little bit more, they've been really excited to see, okay, what have I done today? What's changed in the house? And those are the memories I want to make. I always say, I don't remember Christmas gifts I got when I was a kid, but I definitely remember the decorations. And I definitely remember making brown bread in a soup can and all of those things that we did as a family more than the gifts. And that is what I'm always trying to do for our kids is give them those memories, those core memories that they're going to remember forever. And hopefully those memories that they'll want to pass down to their kids in the future as well.
Still remember back in the day, first riding an open sleigh. I was a child, I was the kind who smiled. The night before Christmas Day, weary thoughts to won't go away. What a night, we stayed up all night. Now it seems like no one's gonna wait for it. Oh, it's gonna be alright if you just hold tight. But you have to wait until tomorrow. You know he's on his way.
I did also decide, since I was jazzing up to do a hot cocoa bar, I wanted to make our coffee section a little bit nicer. So I found these pumps on Amazon and they also came with the labels and everything. I love them. They just give this a much nicer high-end area. So these are things that'll definitely stay out year round because I just feel like they give it a really pretty look. And they hold all of our syrups. We actually only ever have 3. We always have peppermint on hand, white chocolate, and raspberry. Those are our 3 flavors. So it worked out perfectly because it had each of those flavors in the labels. So I was able to put all 3 in these glass pump containers. And I feel like it just gave it a really sleek look. It looks really pretty for Christmas. But like I said, it's going to look really nice year round.
You just hold tight, but you have to wait until tomorrow. You know he's on his way, and on Christmas know he's on his way. And on Christmas Day, there'll be no worry and no more sorrow.
All right, now on to the hot cocoa bar. Like I said, pretty much all of these things I found at Home Goods. So they had this whole pack of stir sticks. They were white chocolate sticks with marshmallows, milk chocolate sticks with marshmallows, and then they had white chocolate sticks with peppermint and milk chocolate sticks with peppermint. So I got a whole thing of those. I definitely think they will be gone by the end of the season. And then this container of peppermint. This is something that I don't think will be gone by the end of the year, but I figured I can pack it away for next year and use it right again then. But what I was most excited about were these adorable marshmallows. These were absolutely the cutest thing. And also, by the way, they are all pretty much gone right now already. So I'm probably going to end up replacing them just with regular marshmallows. But they were cute while they lasted. I will say, I know Christmas is definitely one of those holidays that we go over the top for. I always say my goal is to look like one of those houses in a Hallmark movie. That's my goal every single year. Like, I watch all the Hallmark movies. Like, they are some of my favorites. And that is exactly the feeling and goal I'm going for. So I always go for traditional Christmas colors and things that are fun and nostalgic and just scream Christmas. Now, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate all Christmas styles. I really, really can. I love the glam Christmas. I love the more girly pink Christmases. But when it comes to our house, I'm always looking for that very traditional Hallmark style Christmas to go with. And I feel like this year I nailed it. Like, this year I am so happy with the way everything is turning out. Well, at least the stuff I have so far. I still have a lot to do, but with what I have done so far, I'm absolutely loving it. There is nothing better than once the sun goes down, the kids are in bed, just relaxing on the couch with the fireplace, with all the Christmas lights on. To me, that is the best part. This photo I got from, what was it? Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. I love this Santa photo. It is definitely one of my favorites. When it comes to our dining room, I usually don't do anything over the top because we do actually use our dining room. So to do a whole like tablescape just isn't practical for us. But I did decide this year that, of course, I'm going to do my centerpiece, which is very simple. I got this vase from Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off, and then I just put some picks in it. I grabbed one of the houses from our village set and a candle, and I love it. It's simple, but I feel like it's still very, very festive. And then when it came to the rest of the table, I just wanted to do some simple place settings and chargers. That way, when we had family dinner, people could fill their plates and still come and sit at the dining room table and just put their plate on a charger instead of us having to move silverware and Christmas dishes and all the extra things. I do have a beautiful Christmas dishes that I got from my parents. They were also a hand-me-down, so they're the dishes I grew up with when I was little. But I don't like to leave them out because they just would get in the way, and I also don't want to see them get ruined. This is another great thing, though. If you are looking to add a little bit of Christmas on a budget, go and get some ribbon. Ribbon alone can add such a flair. You can see all I did is I put some on this vase. I put some around our curtains, and those little itty bitty touches I feel like makes such a difference.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you.
After I got done in the dining room, I still had a decent amount of my village left over, which I honestly was not expecting. So I decided that this year I would put it in our bay window. Last year we had the Christmas tree in front of the window, but I wasn't too happy about moving one of the sofas out of this room. It just didn't really work well. We need the extra seating with being a family of 6. So I decided this year, like I said, to put this over here, and I think it looks so good. Don't mind all the Halloween still outside, because yes, this time of year you come to our house and it is definitely spooky outside and merry and bright inside. Bobby just hasn't taken that stuff down soon. It will be coming down shortly though, because we definitely need to start getting to work on our Christmas display outside. If you think I go over the top inside, definitely should see Bobby's outside, because he does a phenomenal job every single year decorating for Halloween and Christmas. It's his 2 favorite times, and he goes all out.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how
When Bobby and I put this fireplace in, Bobby luckily thought about putting some storage under the fireplace. He just couldn't imagine having all of this space underneath just go to waste. So it has worked out so well. I keep some Christmas stuff under here, but I also like it because all of our day-to-day decor we put in here during the holidays, and it just is really nice. We're so used to living up north where we always had basements and things like that. So when we moved to Florida, we definitely needed to get more creative when it came to storage. You definitely take advantage of when you have a basement. You don't even think about how much stuff you have when you have the storage available. So definitely playing with storage and figuring out the best way and downsizing was definitely something we really had to do once we moved down here. But I love that little hidden storage that he did with the fireplace. It's one thing that has definitely come in handy. But onto the Christmas tree. This Christmas tree took Xander and I about 30 minutes to fluff out. Luckily, he was a trooper and he wanted to help out, so it definitely made it go faster, because me doing it all by myself, you can pretty much double the amount of time it would take in. I know it can be very tedious, and a lot of people want to skip this step of fluffing your tree, but I promise you, you do not want to skip it. It makes the biggest difference. Even if you have a tree that you're like, I don't love it, fluffing it always is one of those things of huge difference. It's one thing that drives me crazy. When I go to a store like Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those stores and they have their trees on display but not fluffed, I'm always like, you're doing such a disservice to selling these trees, because to me, the fluffing is the most important thing. And of course, I had to turn on some Christmas decorating videos myself while I was getting some decorating done. Luckily, a ton of people were putting out Christmas marathons, so even though it's just the decorations they did last year, it was just enough to get me in the mood and just get me going. It's always nice because you get to see everyone's decorations. They always have Christmas music on. It's just the perfect way to get everything together. I did notice, though, when I did this, that the whole tree wouldn't light up. Well, we didn't realize that we had to line up the arrows. So once we figured that out, it made life a lot easier. And then this is a twinkle light netting. It's not like a netting, but it goes on top of the tree and it just kind of hangs down over it. I'm sure you have all seen the viral Home Depot Christmas tree that twinkled. Saw that last year and loved it, but I love our current tree, but I wanted that twinkling effect. So buying these on Amazon, they were not that expensive, and now my tree sparkles without having to go out and spend $300 on a brand new tree when I have a perfectly good tree here at home. Now, when it comes to decorating the Christmas tree, I am all about having that department store style tree. You know, when you go to the stores and they're just full and lush and you don't even know how they get so many ornaments on a tree. That is what I love so much. I found these garlands at, where was it? Hobby Lobby. They were $49.99. I'm trying to remember as I think about it, but 50% off, and I fell in love with them. I was originally just looking for a berry garland, but when I saw these, they were so pretty, and like I said, at 50% off, they were a really good price, and I figured they would work perfectly for the tree, but also around the fireplace. They add dimension to the tree as well as that pop of red color. I love the traditional red and green colors with a more natural look to it. So you'll see a lot of my decorations, I've got a lot of wood tones and things like that in all the natural colors. And to me, these garlands right here was exactly the style I love. It's very classic, beautiful Christmas, but in a very, I can't think of the wording, but that very just natural, whimsical feeling about it. After I got the garland on, I am starting with some large ornaments. I actually feel like next year I want to get even more large ornaments and possibly even bigger than what I got this year. I found these ornaments at home and they work really, really well. I like to go in with the big ornaments and just fill in. They give the tree a really full look, but they don't usually cost that much. So it's like a great way to fill your tree and being very price cautious in it. I have a couple other larger ornaments that I've gotten in years past. I think it's nice to slowly collect over time. It's really hard when you see social media, and I'm saying this because I know my house is over the top, but this is something that has been collected over years. I never can do like this big haul because I've never been one to do that. When Bobby and I first got married, all the decorations in our house were either dollar store decorations or hand-me-downs from family and stuff like that. And I just slowly every year collected a little bit more till we had this big display. But the nice thing is because we also had hand-me-downs, those to me are some of the most precious decorations that we have. I love our pieces that have that history. So like I was saying, our village, that being from Bobby's grandma, something Bobby grew up seeing when she set it up, and different stuff that I got from my parents or my grandparents. Those are some of my favorites. But definitely, if you're just starting out, just focus on a couple pieces and don't feel bad about going to the dollar store. Like I said, for so many years, whenever I went shopping for new decorations, it was dollar store decorations, and you can make them look so nice. Another great way to fill your tree is with ribbon. This was a little bit different way that I wanted to do it this year. It's pretty much trying to make like almost large ornament type ribbon to go into the tree to really fill some of those bare areas. I had to play with this for a while because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing right away, but in the end, I think it worked out really, really well. I pretty much just slowly keep adding in the tree, one thing at a time, just keep adding, keep layering until you get your desired look. I have learned though, working in clusters looks the best. And then I wanted to bring in some more pops of red. I absolutely love red during the holidays. I feel like that is just a color that screams Christmas. And I've said this before, but with living in Florida, one thing that is kind of hard to get used to when it comes to fall and Christmas and stuff like that is I grew up that fall and Christmas was cold and often snowy and things like that. So it was kind of difficult to get into the Christmas mood when we first moved down here. But I learned as long as I decorated, you can make anywhere feel Christmassy. So I love the snowy effect when it comes to my decorations. And I just love making the holidays super special with the decorations so that even though it may be 80 degrees outside, it still feels like a white Christmas inside. I know I keep showing these close-up slow motions, but I feel like it's really important to show you just the evolution as you add stuff to the tree. I know on video, often you miss the details. So I really wanted to get in here and as I add the layers, just kind of show you how the tree changes. At this point, I feel like most people would have stopped, but you guys know me, I'm a little bit extra. So I started going in with, like I said, some clusters. These are different ornament picks, which I love how many ornaments come on picks nowadays, because the hanging ornaments can be nice for like your specialty ornaments, but when it comes to ball ornaments, I like pushing them into the tree. And I was just showing you how I was doing the clusters. So I just picked one of the larger balls and then the red 3-pick and clustered them together to give a really nice full look, and it makes it seem very specific, but also like it was meant to be that way, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. And like I said, one layer at a time, and for me, more is more. But at any point where you're like, okay, I feel like it's good, it gives you that time where you can just stop and move on to the next. So really appreciating each step as you add a little bit at a time.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name. It's insane. Now we're back here once again. Holidays
And then always the last thing I do is taking any of these sentimental ornaments and starting to put those on the tree. That is always the last thing that I do. This makes it that you can make sure those ornaments that mean a lot to you are properly displayed front and center. So just wait till the very end and then you can put those in all those special areas to make sure that each one of them are seen and are in the perfect spot and to not get lost. I feel like everything else is just kind of that filler in the background, but this is my favorite part. Grabbing these ornaments that, like I said, mean so much to me, and a lot of them have history. That first one was an ornament Bobby and I got when we first got married. So adding all of those things, but I still felt like I didn't have enough red, so I went and grabbed some more ribbon and just kind of placed it in here. This just kind of shows all the different ways you can do ribbon, though. I've done ribbon over the years so many different ways. I've done it where it wraps around the tree, where it drapes down the tree, or like this where you're just kind of weaving them in and out in different shapes and everything. I also like that this ribbon had the black, because you guys know I love accenting our house with black, so it kind of pulled it all together. But I also, and you'll see that here in a little bit, I have the same pattern in pillows that were going on to the couches, and I felt like it just pulled everything together so well.
but now get it done. I'm not going away and right around the mistletoe. I'm gonna let my feelings show. I've been waiting for so long for you, but now I got it planned. I know just what to do. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you in every way. Yeah, I've been trying to show you, but somehow failed. I wanna have someone to hold. Walking through the falling snow. I've been trying to tell you.
I would love to know how you are decorating for Christmas this year, or how you decorate every single year. Like I said, I decorate like this every single year, that like over the top Hallmark worthy type decor. But I appreciate them all. I've been watching so many Christmas videos lately, just like I said, getting all the Christmas feels. I actually saw one lady, I was obsessed with her dining room. She decorated it as like Mrs. Claus's bakery, and she had a life-size Mrs. Claus with a pink apron and pink chef's hat, and then just everything set up like a gingerbread house, but also a mix of Mrs. Claus's kitchen. It was so absolutely adorable. Kind of makes me want a life-size Mrs. Claus to put in our kitchen with an apron and everything. It was amazing. I've also seen, like I said, those very glam, or people that go a little bit more minimal. I could never go minimal, but when it's done very classy, I do love it. But you can see I use the same garland on the fireplace. Like I said, I was obsessed with this garland. I kind of want to go and get more and get rid of some of the older garland that we have, but I might wait and save that for future years because decorations add up real fast. So even though I try and add just a little bit every single year, it still gets a little bit pricey, but I love the way these turn out. Absolutely love that I pretty much don't have to do anything to them. They are fully decorated on their own. I did have to zhuzh up this center area just to hide how I was connecting them to the fireplace. But otherwise, a little bit of lights at the end, and it's gorgeous. And anything that is real simple, you just kind of throw up and it's automatically beautiful, is definitely a win in my book. These little plants, though, that I'm putting on these candle holders, funny enough, you never know where you're going to find really nice decor. I found those at Walgreens a couple years back, and I love them. Love them so, so much. But moving on to the bookshelves, I had no idea what I was doing with these bookshelves because, like I said, last year, this is where we put our village, and it filled these bookshelves. So I was playing around with these a lot of moving stuff around, changing it up. I would often try and like make little vignettes on the kitchen island so I could semi-see what I was trying to do in my head before putting it on the bookshelves, but this was definitely a test for me, just pulling everything together, trying to figure it out. In the end, I do love the way it looks, though.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents.
Now on the other side, I wasn't really doing much because the tree was there, but when I stood back, I felt like this top area just looked empty and it needed something. So I grabbed my Noel crate that I got, where did I get this from? I want to say it was at home many years ago, and just threw that up there with my cute little elf. That way it just filled it in. Now though, to do the cozy part of it, I love the Christmas blankets, and I always put these on the couches. And then going in with the pillows, I am working harder at doing pillow covers over actual pillows. Now I still have some Christmas pillows, but as I'm changing stuff up, I'm trying to go more and more for covers, just for the pure fact of these are a lot easier to store over a big pillow. So if you have storage issues like I do, but still want the things like the fun new pillows for the holidays and stuff, definitely check out Amazon for pillow covers. They have so many great options, and it would allow you to have a lot more and take up so much less space. One thing to keep in mind though, whenever getting pillows and pillow covers, is buy your pillows one size larger than the pillow covers, and it gives you a beautiful full look. You'll notice that of these ones with the leather pillows that I'm putting in, they just don't have that same full effect as the other ones. So buying your pillows one size larger than your pillow covers really make a huge difference.
All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby.
All right, now for these afters. This is my favorite part of any decorating, is getting to see everything once it's all put together. Now, like I said before though, this is only part one of decorating for Christmas. I have a lot more decorating to do, so if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. I do post every Tuesday and Friday. I try and stick to that schedule like religiously for you guys. So if you want to see everything put together, and soon enough we'll also be doing the outside decorating for Christmas as well. Like I said, just make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share this video. All those things always really help out my channel. But now I'll stop talking and let you guys enjoy the rest of these afters, but I will see you next time. Bye.
Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. Merry Christmas, baby.